Welcome to The Peak, where becoming your best self is our goal. I'm Mike Mittman. On this week's episode, a place that helps children find a home. St. Luke's provides an innovative surgery for patients. And the Girl Scouts of Eastern Pennsylvania welcomes a special guest to camp. All that and more coming up on The Peak. You may know Bethlehem, Pennsylvania as the Christmas City, where Moravian University stands and where Bethlehem Steel Corporation once lived. But there are so many more places to visit. Let's check out some of Katie's favorites.
Established in 1741, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania is best known for its industrial and colonial history. Most visitors like to check out Bethlehem Steel, Music Fest, and Just Born, creators of those little peeps. Let's explore some other places that make Bethlehem special. To celebrate this town's rich history, our first stop is the National Museum of Industrial History. Housed in the former electric repair shop of the Bethlehem Steel plant site, this museum interprets industry past, present, and future through dynamic exhibits. Visitors of all ages can enjoy hands-on, interactive, and engaging programs to learn about the people, machines, and ideas that transformed our nation. The National Museum of Industrial History currently holds the esteemed 1876 Smithsonian Industrial Collection that includes rare artifacts on display, including a 15-ton Corliss steam engine. You'll be amazed by the machines and history shown here, and what a better location than on the site of former Bethlehem Steel. Now we're going to head across the street to our next location. A destination like no other, Social Still is a restaurant, bar, and distillery all in one. Located in a Prohibition-era bank building on the south side of Bethlehem, Social Still offers signature cocktails, delicious food, and tours of their state-of-the-art distilling equipment. To create their one-of-a-kind spirits, Social Still uses locally grown grains and corn from small farms nearby to honor the rich agricultural history in our area. All products are stone-milled, mashed, and fermented right inside the distillery. Everything is grown, produced, blended, and bottled right here in Pennsylvania. If you want to take part in the revolution of American spirits, come check out Social Still. Our final stop is a place you won't want to miss. Veg Out, a cruelty-free restaurant, welcomes all vegans and veg-curious to enjoy savory comfort food that satisfies every taste bud. Beginning as a pop-up restaurant in 2018, Veg Out moved to its own location due to its high demand and has been regularly featured in the Morning Call and other local news outlets. They've also won the Lehigh Valley Vegan Smackdown for their mac and cheese. Veg Out's food is 100% plant-based with no animal byproducts, so you can get your favorite comfort foods and feel good doing it. From burgers to milkshakes and more, Veg Out has something delicious for everybody. Next time you're in Bethlehem, be sure to check out all of these awesome spots. I'm Katie, and that was a peek at the Valley.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem, there is always something fun to do. Up next, let's take a look at an organization providing a safe space for all families and children to turn to.
I have worked at Pinebrook Family Answers since 1999.
This past week, I celebrated my 17th year here at Pinebrook.
I've been with Pinebrook Family Answers for 22 years. Being a part of a team that is keeping children safe is important to me.
Pinebrook Family Answers is great for the local community. We offer services for all people, from infants up to the elderly.
From the time a family reaches out to us looking to foster, we support them. We provide training and ongoing support groups.
Adoption is so important for these children because of the trauma that they've experienced. They've experienced so much loss already in their lives, and so adoption provides them that unconditional love where they can learn to trust again, and they can start to heal that trauma that they've been through.
We know a family is a fit to foster when they initially meet some general requirements. We are looking for families to demonstrate stability, families that are going to be able to provide safety.
I'm looking for a family who really understands the trauma that these children have been through, and they are looking to meet a child's needs and not to meet necessarily their needs to be parents. And I also am looking for that unconditional love.
You make a change in these kids' lives. You make it better, safer for them, even if it's just for a day or two. They become part of the family as soon as they walk in through the door.
Thanks to my foster family, I was able to experience a lot more things than I did before, and I have a lot more opportunities now to better my life in the future than I did.
We need people to step up and do it for the right reason, most importantly, because there's a lot of kids that need us.
If a family wants to come to our agency and to be a foster family, it's a pretty lengthy procedure.
There's extensive training. Additionally, the state of Pennsylvania has extensive network of support groups for adoptive families.
The foster parents are really an integral part of the team to have the children have a successful life.
Seeing a child find their forever homes, there's nothing better. It doesn't get it any better than that. Being there on adoption day, when I swear before the court that this is in the best interest of the child, to see that child become a legal part of that family and know that they now can move forward with a forever family, it just doesn't get any better.
In helping children find a foster home, I definitely feel that I've made a difference in children's lives, in family lives, and I can honestly say I'm very proud of the work that I've done here at Pinebrook and what we do as a whole.
If a family is interested in fostering, I would encourage them to give us a call.
Reach out to us. See if this is a good fit for you.
I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to talk you through what it might look like. Every child, every teenager deserves a safe and loving home. And if we can provide that, that's our goal.
Having a home is so important for our children to flourish. Thank you, Pinebrook Family Answers, for giving everyone a place to call home. Coming up, St. Luke shares a safe and effective technique to treat skin cancer. Stay tuned. You're watching The Peak. Mohs micrographic surgery is the single most effective way to treat the two most common types of skin cancer. Let's hear from St. Luke's team of experts on why this type of surgery is instrumental in treating skin cancer.
My name is Gene Murtha, and I'm a survivor of melanoma. I've had questionable areas on my skin pretty much my whole life, but I ignored them up until all of a sudden they got serious. So I was going on a regular basis at that point every 3 months, but I was going at that point for full body check, and they were looking everywhere on my scalp, on my feet, everywhere, just to make sure that there were no other spots of concern. None of them were longer than 3 months old. They dealt with them right then and there with Mohs and removed them.
A person would come for Mohs surgery largely for difficult areas of skin cancer that require complete and adequate removal. It's often the patients coming for Mohs on face areas, hands, difficult areas.
There are a lot of different criteria, but in general, it's the size of the skin cancer, if it's located in areas where we need to be more tissue sparing. So that is one of the general criteria to meet for Mohs, is the location.
They're largely basal cells and squamous cells they're coming for, and they're coming to get that cancer removed completely and trying to get it removed with the smallest defect possible.
Typically they would come in, it's a outpatient setting, so we would see them use a local anesthetic and take the first layer of skin around their initial scar. After that, they're waiting maybe 30, 45 minutes as we process the tissue. That could be it. We might see that there's no skin cancer remaining, and then we're just stitching them up and, repairing the hole that we left. Otherwise, if there's a little bit more to take, then we take a little bit more at the exact location where it is, and then the tissue's processed again. So we keep going until the skin cancer is removed completely. Many patients are only there for an hour. Some patients are there for longer, depending on how big the skin cancer is.
Recovery was incredibly simple to the point that I don't even really remember on any of these being any issue whatsoever. The most important thing with this, and I've learned this the hard way, is that the damage to your skin can be really serious. You can't be casual about them because if you let them go, they can be life-threatening.
I think in treating skin cancer, especially for a patient with their first skin cancer, they're coming into the unknown. So they don't know what to expect. And when they leave the room thinking like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought, and you just kind of give them that sense of relief, I think those are the proudest moments for me.
I'm always really proud when I have patients come back to me after surgery and they're very satisfied with the scar that we made, because again, everyone has a scar afterwards. But when they're happy with it, after we've kind of walked through the first couple months of healing, because things do take time, it's very satisfying.
It's a beautiful, elegant procedure. It's fun to do. It's very gratifying. It's very neat to look at someone and say, the tumor's out, it's removed, it's highly unlikely to ever come back again. It's very gratifying.
My wife and I have lived by virtue of the jobs that we've had north, south, east, and west in the United States. We've had good doctors everywhere, and we've had okay doctors everywhere. We have never seen a facility as good as St. Luke's is, with as many people as skilled as they have here, with as many people as respectful as they have here, with as many people that have engendered such trust from us as we have here. I have never felt this way about a healthcare facility the way my wife and I both feel about St. Luke's.
Joining me today is Dr. Andrew Kakowski, Chief of Dermatology at St. Luke's University Health Network. Thanks for being here, Dr. Kakowski.
Thanks for having me.
For someone who maybe doesn't have a specific concern or a condition or anything they've noticed, when should they see a dermatologist? When does that start in your life, and how often should you be going?
So it really depends on how often you should see a dermatologist based on a lot of different factors. So first off is your family history. If you yourself don't have a particular skin condition driving you to see a skin specialist, that's a board certified dermatologist. And by the way, we're experts not just in skin, but also hair, nails, teeth, as well as mucosal surfaces. So if you don't have a particular condition driving you to see a dermatologist because of something that's currently on you, you go to look first at the family history. What runs in your family? If you have a particular family history that's strong, for example, for melanoma, we might suggest that you, your siblings, your offspring, your children might go every year to have a full skin exam by a board certified dermatologist. If you yourself have had a personal history of skin cancer, but it's been taken care of, it's been well managed, it's not there, your dermatologist may suggest coming every 3 months, every 6 months, or every year as well. In general, what I like to tell my patients is that by the time you're about 30, 35 years of age, you should not be getting new moles. And if you do see something, quote unquote, pop up on your skin, you're going to want to have that looked at by a board certified dermatologist. Maybe not urgently, but certainly in the next 2 to 3 months, you'd want to get that looked at.
But it's good for people to understand that these changes are something you want to pay attention to and get checked out. If they get checked out and there's a screening and there's some sort of finding, how confident should people be in you and the team at St. Luke's ability to treat that, especially if found early?
The team is everything. It starts with the board certified dermatologist. If you're not seeing a board certified dermatologist for your skin health, then you're not seeing a dermatologist. The importance of having a team like St. Luke's is we have not only general board certified dermatologists, but we have subspecialists in the field of dermatopathology. That's the person or people, as the case may be, who at the microscope actually read the skin, examine the skin microscopically, and can find subtle changes that push you in one direction or the other. We have other specialists, including micrographic surgeons who are specialists in a technique called Mohs surgery, who are adept at taking off skin cancers, giving you the best chance for a clearance of that skin cancer with taking off the least amount of healthy skin and leaving you cosmetically, aesthetically, as close to normal as possible.
Well, Dr. Kakowski, thank you so much for letting us know. And I think it's important for people to realize that they shouldn't be fearful. They should get checked out. They should see a dermatologist of any changes and know that the team is there to support them. So thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. It was my pleasure.
Stay tuned. You're watching The Peak.
Recently, Ashley spoke with Lindsay Watson, the co-founder of an employment service company, FIA NYC. Let's see what she loves about living in the Lehigh Valley.
Hey everybody, welcome to Unscripted with Russo. I'm Ashley Russo, and I am being joined today by Lindsay Watson, co-founder of FIA NYC. And Lindsay and I have met a few years ago in the community. I'm actually wearing red today, Lindsay, because I believe one of the first ways we met was through the AHA, and both of us and our love for the American Heart Association, generally, but also locally. So I just thought that'd be a little shout out to how we met. So welcome to Unscripted.
Awesome. Thank you. It's so cool to be here. I'm so honored. Thank you.
You know, I'm so grateful you're here in the Lehigh Valley, and I just want to stay tuned and sort of see what's next. So thank you for all that you're doing.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor. I just love this community. There's just such a special energy here in Lehigh Valley. There's something, and you could tell that everyone genuinely wants the community to thrive and be better. And, you know, I've lived in 4 different states. You don't get that everywhere. And so we're honored to be here and to contribute as much as we can.
I love that too. And it's one of the things I always describe about the Lehigh Valley, and it's hard to explain until you're here. But tell us a little bit about some of the things you love. I mean, is there, particular place you like to go or a thing you like to do here in the Valley?
I love my friends and I love my community. Being home and not married yet, no kids. So the quarantine was, quarantine, right? For over the years. So I just put up a post on my Facebook. Anybody know any trails where we can walk social distance? Because I love the parks. I love the trails. I love the fresh air. I love how people are happy and friendly. I'm always well received wherever I go. A lot of the friendships that have begun were through just random events, right? Because the Lehigh Valley is intentional about community. And so there's usually some event where you can connect with someone. And I think that that's very important. I do love the fact that Lehigh Valley is close to New York. It's close to Philly, but it's still far enough removed where, you have fresh air and trees and quiet. I appreciate that. And I think also the food here is awesome. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but on Facebook, there's this group called Lehigh Valley Restaurants, and it was started.
I am, and I love it.
Oh, I didn't realize we had so many foodies here. I have gone to so many different restaurants for takeout over the past year. And I've just loved the different cuisine, and you get a chance to know the owners and the family and the history behind why the restaurants exist. And I love that. I very much appreciate and value that. And then it gives me a chance to share. And so I'll send my friends there.
It is in that, if you're wondering, if you're in search of a place to go, to try a new restaurant, that Facebook group of Lehigh Valley Restaurants, I think is the best. You can just scroll through old posts and you will get ideas that would take you to 2030. So I'm in total agreement. I love it. Well, Lindsay Watson, thank you for being on Unscripted. Thank you for your authenticity, your openness, and for sharing so much of the great work that you're doing in our community. We wish you the best.
Thank you. So fun being here. Really appreciate it. You guys are the best.
You've been listening to Unscripted with Russo. Until next time, everybody.
For the full interview, visit youtube.com/thepeaktv. And don't forget to subscribe to Unscripted with Russo on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm a big foodie myself. It's so easy to become one with all of these great restaurants to choose from. Coming up, what's better than camping? I'll tell you. Camping with a dog. Let's meet Summer and Echo as they take on Girl Scout camp together.
My name is Summer and this is Echo, and I go to Girl Scout camp. It was a really rough time before I had Echo. I lost my previous dog. It kind of set me up for like a whirlwind, and I just kept going downhill. I used to be the person who loved to watch movies, go out with people, and then that kind of just decreased once my dog died. I just didn't take care of myself. I went from being a straight A-B student to then a student who had C's and D's.
This summer in particular, we wanted everyone to feel like camp was home because they weren't able to come here last summer. Summer was here a couple of years ago just for as a general younger camper, and she had a lot of homesickness at that time.
I came into camp having a negative attitude, saying I wasn't going to make friends, but at camp now, I'm the loudest one. Everybody knows my name. That's not how my week was going to go, but it did because I had Echo to kind of start that conversation.
So this is the first time that we've had a service animal in camp, to my knowledge. We work together with our upper administration to just kind of talk about the logistics of having a service animal at camp. Summer was really able to advocate for herself on that call, and so we felt really comfortable and to be able to move through that process. We sent out just a general notice to let people know that there would be a service animal on camp, and we didn't get any negative responses to that, which is awesome.
She helps me just outside of camp alone. I just don't really like people in my space as much, so she has a few different tasks that helps kind of create that space without causing an interruption. And she's also a conversation starter because I prefer just, to be approached than for me to have to approach someone, so it's easier for me to make conversation with people.
Echo brings a lot of comfort to Summer. I think that it has brought a lot of joy to even campers that aren't in Summer's unit, and I know that it's been really helpful for her.
We go on hikes and we play trust games, and Echo's a part of them usually. I know that for some of the girls in my tent, they were feeling a little homesick, and Echo actually was being able to sleep with them because, I'd rather someone else who is, super duper homesick, be able to have that experience. The girls love her to death, and apparently now Echo's the camp dog.
Everyone should be able to come to camp because it provides them experiences that they wouldn't necessarily have outside of here. It provides them the ability to take courage, confidence, and character into their day-to-day activities and outside of camp into their day-to-day life.
Echo has helped me kind of come out of my shell. I have fun with other people. I've made friends at camp. And she just provides a new experience each day, and she's goofy, You could be in a bad mood, have drama with some other person, and she kind of just says, well, I don't care, I kind of have to think like a dog.
There really isn't a judgmental zone here. We are really just open to anything. We talk through what it's like to be inclusive and just making sure that everyone feels like wherever they come from, this is a place for them regardless of what their background or home situation is, and knowing that at the end of the day, they're going to feel safe.
Echo, do you like Girl Scout camp?
I'm sure Summer isn't the only Girl Scout who is happy to have Echo there at camp. Looks like a great time. I'm Mike Mittman. Thanks for watching. To learn more about anything from today's show, go to our website at thepeaktv.com. And remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak.
Portions of this program were paid for by St. Luke's University Health Network. The Peak TV is a production of ASR Media.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
To see more of The Peak TV, check out our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and catch us on WFMZ Channel 69.